lot of leeway to listen to their back and forth because they're also great friends, but Sam is one hell of a vicious competitor. He is going to be relentless with his poking and prodding and his trash talk. It's incredible. It's a sight to see for sure. So we got deck lists. They're probably going to be spot on.
I would imagine they're either identical or close to identical, and let's take a look. They are indeed identical from what I'm seeing. Yes, they are exactly the same.
We'll say yes.
So it's funny, too, because I played the heck out of Dash.io over the past week and a half now, and both at pre-release and just testing out the Classic Constructed hero. And it's my favorite hero from this set. I think it's the most engaging, and it has the most flexibility. And I had a lot of opinions, and I was willing to share my opinions, whether they wanted to hear it or not.
But Dash is here using those eyepieces. I believe that they are using some of those the Neuralinks that were previously tested on bonobos.
Oh, yeah, is that right?
That is correct. So Dash here using the first ever prototype of the tested on humans Neuralink.
We forgot about it.
So many bonobos. Many boffins died testing the Neuralink.
Yes, there you go. That's a good little reference there. So deep cut, not too terribly deep. I think everybody knows.
Oh, that's a Return of the Jedi cut. Yeah, that's all good. Oh my God! I swear. All right, so it's a Dash. Input output.
That's right.
Versus somebody in chat mentioned, it's me, Dashio. And I thought that was great. I thought that was awesome.
The Saiyan counter, it does very much look like a power reader from Dragon Ball Z. It's over 9,000. That's exactly what it looks like.
Both starting at 36. This way, you do not give Icelander a free scar for a scar.
Very, very astute point, sir. That is the high-level commentary we've come to expect from you, my friend. I also like to say that even though these two are exactly the same as far as their equipment loadout and deck contents, because they worked on the deck together, Rachel's waiting to the last possible moment to reveal her equipment suite and her weapon. She could just boom, reveal something you would never have expected. It's going to be Tekla Foundry Heart, Crown of Providence, Goliath Gauntlet, and Achilles Accelerator, along with a Symbiosis Shot. But what if? What if? That's the question.
Sam doing the triple cut, then shuffling only half the deck. And this is, again, part of the psychic damage. He wants to make sure that...
That's pretty cool.
All right, he's going to shuffle those 12 remaining cards, making sure that they're properly... Okay, we're going to add 14 more cards.
Spoiler alert, yes, Rachel is indeed a cosplayer, and in fact did cosplay as Dash.io for the reveal of Dash.
Thank you, Jem. The one time I will thank Jem.
Oh, my God. Sam taking the same shuffling strategy as a blackjack dealer with a new shoe.
It's learning for everybody. Nobody knows.
Good luck to everybody. Good luck to everybody.
Exactly. No more bets.
Yeah, good luck to everybody.
So, yeah. Would you like to buy insurance?
6 cards in one turn. That's my goal.
Okay, so.
My goal is to draw 7.
High octane. It's not far. I could just high octane, Tome Fendal, Spark of Genius.
All right, over under on the amount of times that Sam swears.
And we're there.
And I'm setting it at 1.5.
1.5?
Yeah.
I'll take the over.
Take the over on that? No problem. I don't think Rachel will. Rachel does have a little bit of a potty mouth.
Let me ask you this: Did we tell them that we're turning their mics up, making their mics? Okay, so maybe taking the over was wrong because I got the head nod saying yes. Ah, yes, rolling 4 dice for maximum threat.
We want to thank you, Scott. Thank you so much.
Whatever you rolled.
Thank you very much, Scott, for tuning in. And then everybody's got busy schedules, and sometimes on the weekends.
4 dice and we tied. This is why you say odd or even. Move on with our lives, people. Come now.
Okay, the hardest part is just doing the another 11. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so the real match is who's going to roll better.
Again. All right, another 11. There we go.
All right, okay.
Nicely done. 16,
right.
Perfect.
We've done it. We've made it through. We have randomized sufficiently.
Best of luck.
And we begin the game. Don't forget.
Sam opened here with a best of luck, and that's actually a bluff. I don't think he means that. I think he's actually trying to...
You think he wants worst of luck?
Well, that's the case. He's presenting the best of luck. In reality, he's probably wishing the opposite, which is incredible because this puts Rachel on a best of luck kind of good feeling. And that kind of changes perhaps her dynamic of how she's going to approach this matchup.
The psyops are just brilliant. The psyops are brilliant. So starting things off and choosing, I think, to go first is Rachel. Don't forget, both players have the ability, whenever they want, to look at the top of the deck,
Sam just being, yeah, whatever. Like, this is the beautiful part about this, is that she's going to play Spark of Genius here, and Sam has absolutely no recourse. There's nothing he can really do, but he's still going to say, yes, go ahead, you may.
Technically, he could, depending on the top card of that deck. If the top card is an item, he could respond by playing it off the top of the deck. If it is indeed an item. And as you can see, he's got a mountain of cards there, 60 cards, but maybe he's included more than the 60 because this deck actually can play a ton of cards. Like, everything is playable in the sideboard from the side to main.
What's fascinating here as well, both are wearing Min-Max branded sweatshirts and hoodies, right? Except that the dyad here being that Sam, the dark side of the Force. Rachel, the light side of the Force.
Sam asking if he can activate his hero effect on his opponent's turn. Spoiler alert, yes, you can exactly do that, and that is why the hero is so cool.
Awesome. We just rolled 4 dice.
I know, they were like, you hear them over there?
All right, do I get priority now?
You get priority now.
All right. I'm going to activate dash. I raise your optical with my own.
There it is. There's the play. Now, I'm going to talk about this. So, Optical Monocle is a really contentious card because Optical Monocle is actually one of those scenarios where, like, how many do you play? Do you like 2? Do you like 3? I started at 1, then I went to 2 after playing the deck a bunch, then I went to 3 because I was like, this card's cracked. Why would you not want this? And then I drew 2 of them in the same turn, like, multiple times. And I was like, forget this, 2. And then I was like, okay, no, stop, 1. And I've literally gone back and forth at this point, not deciding whether or not I want to play 1, 2, 3.
We both forgot our counters.
Yeah, you get your counter on Symbiosis Shot whenever the item comes into the field.
And then put 1 on that, yeah.
Boom Grenade comes in. Are we cranking it? Probably not, because her hand is not conducive to actually doing anything outside of playing Pulse Wave Harpoon for, like, no good effect.
Works for me.
Boom Grenade, just the naming of these cards as well have been really great. And what's a little fascinating story, we were, kind of joking around about Big Bertha, and I was actually talking to Brian Gottlieb about that card. I said, Brian, I'm like, this has to be a card that you named. He said, actually, this is a card that James named, and we thought that this card was, he's like, I personally thought that this card was going to be renamed before published, and I was surprised when the final version of the card was printed as Big Bertha. That was sort of the code name for the card. He's like, that's a James card, and I honestly thought that was just the code name, but no, it is Big Bertha. And I was like, that's amazing.
So on to Sam's turn. He has the power of the Optical Monocle, deciding whether or not he wants to monocle on his turn. You can do it as many times as you want because it does have go again after you Optical Monocle action point the 1.
Sam here with all his friends behind him.
I'm going to play Boom Grenade. I'm going to crank it.
Oh, he knew that was coming. He knew that was coming. We were talking about this before. He wanted a Soldier Boy soundbite. Ethan, are you working on that?
No, unfortunately, you have the controls for the soundboard over there. I can't import anything. You have my
Hold
laptop.
on a second. I just
We
figured
have the controls.
No, it's not like that. I'd have to plug it in, do a bunch of importing.
okay.
No,
I
it's
thought
so
the
far
stream
away.
was about to go to the next level when you said that.
I'm going to
but
send
no.
you some sound bites,
I
mostly
could
of
run
bonobos, but it's going to be
Mostly bonobos. Arsenal pass. Now this is another pedestrian turn. We were able to. There he goes. He got the Symbiosis shot. No one saw it. Everyone look away. It's the PTI. Forget about it. We played and cranked the Boom Grenade. That's going to go away at the end of the start of our next turn. But we had a 2-item hand. It was an uncomfortable little hand that we drew into. So we played the Boom Grenade, got it down, and then cranked it. Got the Symbiosis Shot point, and then we played with a very powerful Teklo Core.
This is where I get nervous and I just misorder.
Okay, now the order of play here: high octane pitching. That's going to draw us a card, and every time we boost, we are going to gain an action point. We do have some great boost cards. Soup Up, though, that's an interesting little card. Now, this is a card that was added to the deck this morning. The Soup Up edition here is interesting in certain respects, but it's not going to be as well. It depends. It depends on if the Boom Grenade is allowed to hit here, because we had to remove the Steam counter, and now it's threatening 2 points of damage the next time something hits. So this zipper hit is 5 attack. It's threatening a break point. We're boosting, so we have an extra action point. So we do have 2 action points available for us once the go again resolves.
So let me ask you this, because I know we're kind of
ready.
We're joking around on a bunch of stuff over here, but in reality, what is the win condition here for Dash? What is the strategy? There's a lot of items, a lot of peeking, opting, and things like that. Is it just another version of a go fast boost type deck, and just having the ability to see what you're boosting into and such, or is there any kind of weird kind of trickery or combos related to this list.
So this is an aggro combo deck through and through. Now the deck here, you could build it like so many different ways. In fact, I've built this deck 7 different times, you know, through Fabrary and that sort of tinkering mentality, which I think is beautiful and very thematic for the hero. But you can build this to be just a combo deck in a variety of ways. One of the combos here we see is off of the back of this exact turn, a high octane turn. Every time you boost, you're able to have an extra action point, and then you stack up those extra action points, and you can just fire Symbiosis Shot without having to pay anything. As long as you have counters on it, you can use those action points to fire extra Symbiosis Shots. So if you go like boost, 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 you can then have 3 action points and fire 3, you know, points of 2 damage on the Symbiosis Shot each. So she's at 2 action points here, and the combo is live. We played the Spark of Genius. That's taken her back down to 1 action point because it doesn't have Go Again. She's drawn the card. Technically, because Boom Grenade has hit and destroyed itself, Soup Up is now live, and she finds the Boom Grenade yellow off the top, which is fantastic. That's her 1 activation at instant speed for the turn. Playing that down at instant speed, putting the counter on it, and then I would assume she cranked to gain the extra action point. That would put her back to 2.
Boom Grenade, baby.
Oh, now she's gonna,
These.
she's gonna activate the Tekla Foundry Heart. She has to pay for this, but it's going to banish 2 cards. Gonna pay with the Soup Up. Banishing 1, banishing 2. This gives you 2 resources. Getting rid of a Dive Through Data. It's a great card, but with 2 resources.
Yeah, you got rid of a 0 to 60, a Dive Through Data as well, but it is going to generate you 2 more resources as well, as there's a Boom Grenade, a Teklo Core. High Octane still living pretty here. And there's another Zipper hit, Red. Boosting, finding it. It's going to be a
Maybe I should probably
Red iPad.
Yeah, that is Backup Protocol Red. A fantastic card, but it is now in the banish zone, which means it can only be played via Heist connecting, where you can go and get it off of Heist. But she's going to block this out, is Sam Dando. And then we're going to end up taking a card from the hand on Pulse Wave Harpoon. Now, we've only boosted twice on this combat chain, both with Pulse Wave Harpoon and with Zipper Hit. But this is going to go for 4, and it is going to reveal cards from hand. So if he has a 2 block, then you can maybe snipe it, but most likely it's not going to pull anything to the combat chain. Most likely, they're all 3s. Yep, and that's exactly what he's indicating. He says, haha, joke's on you. You suck. That's not what he said, I promise.
Well, you know what? There's a good chance that that's coming, definitely.
He might say that down the line, especially if he starts losing.
He's got that in his holster. He's just waiting to fire from the hip on that one.
We got the reveal of the action points. That's good. We got the 3 action points available to us, and the 3 action points is important because that equates to 6 damage from the pistol. It's not really a pistol, it's a gun. Somebody on chat yesterday was like, it's not a pistol. And I was like, okay, calm down. Slow down. It's a gun. We all understand.
Action points.
Action point.
Pistol shot.
And a pistol shot. Okay, so.
Points.
And an action point and a pistol shot. Action point
More and a pistol shot.
and a pistol shot. Okay, perfect. So some of the work being done here again, chipping away at the life total, no problem.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
So we leave
So
the 1.
you got 1, yeah.
Beautiful.
Victory.
This is so
This is really hard.
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Exactly. Like I completely agree with both of them. There's so much to do. This new Dash version here is so much going on. There's so much to keep track of. It's not just about items and opting and taking a look at here or there, but look at what that turn was able to actually convert on. Multiple attacks, item generation, as well as steam counters and multiple action. But it was crazy. It was just kind of how it goes. Again, this is a hero, I believe, where the skill floor is going to be high and the skill ceiling is going to be high.
I 100% agree. And now we start the value off the optical monocle. Both players have optical monocle, by the way, and they could use it at any time. I think it does play well into trying to figure out what you want to boost away and finding an item so that you can use the effect. But here's the Soup Up coming across with 4 Go Again. This was the card that Sam Dando really wanted to add to the deck. It does have Galvanize, which is kind of nice because Galvanize does give you the capability of blocking. Oh, I've been told to not click this pin, so I will not click that pin. I apologize if that was distracting. Nevertheless, this Soup Up is coming for 4. It is going to be blocked by its own Soup Up, and then we're going to go Zipper Hit.
No boost for 5.
Or 5. Now, this is another thing that you have to worry about with this deck. Is it is very cool in the early and mid game to just push that damage and boost, but you find yourself in the late game if you're boosting with impunity running out of cards and running out of threats. And so knowing when to stop boosting, and especially in this case,
And you're going to take 8?
he's going to crank the boom grenade. Going to take the 5 plus the 3 from the boom grenade yellow, and then that gives him the extra action point to send the
Let me look at the
symbiosis
top.
shot.
Okay.
I love it. He's saying, look at the top. Okay.
I think that's my turn.
All right. Well, he doesn't like what he sees there, and that's the end of the turn here. He gets some work done over here, Rachel.
Interesting. He cranked the boom grenade, gave him the extra action point, but he chose not to fire the symbiosis shot off that.
Alright.
I wonder if he knew he had the extra action point from the crank, or if he just wanted to do the crank move with his hand and then just kind of pass on over.
Okay, 3 in hand, 2 resources. I'm in a bad position.
Yeah. I am going to start off by optical monoling.
Okay. So she says she's going to optical monoling, which is also known as optical monocling.
Hmm.
Is it monocling or monocling?
Yes.
Perfect. So that's what she's doing.
It's like bonobo and bonobo.
Sure. No problem. Both are great.
Yeah.
In this case, again, it's just remove a steam counter to opt and go again. It just allows you to go ahead and take a peek again with the fact that Dash has the access to the top of the deck at any time. You could do something like this. You opt and find the card you want. It is a yellow boom grenade.
Are we going to crank here and get the extra action point? I believe she's indicating by not putting a steam counter on it that she is. That would put her to
Yeah, so you're
2
up to
action points for the turn.
Do you
2.
want me to track it like that? Is
Yeah,
that easier
do
for you?
it.
Let's do it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the 2 action
I don't know
points
what's going on.
for everyone at home. Both these players, by the way, I just want to point out, sitting at 1-0 and talking to each other about not quite knowing what's going on. Maybe speaks to the power of Dash.io.
Well, here comes Thelonious Bone. It is a T-Bone Red. It's going to go ahead and fetch one of these blockers. Achilles Accelerator is going to be tossed in front of this one. Nonetheless, boosting with the BIOS update. So we're going to go again off this. 2 action points now for Dash.
Yeah, I'll take 3. Yeah,
Take it through?
yeah, I'll take 3. 20.
Oh, wait, did you take
So
the-
T-Bone is taking 3 damage, but it's also presenting the boom grenade damage. So this is a T-Bone for 6.
I can't take it all.
Boom grenade's pretty good.
Okay, so Foundry Heart?
It is predicated on, the attack hitting. So you can look at something like a boom grenade, like a 0 for 3 or a 0 for 4, almost like a 0 to 60,
Resources.
except at instant speed, but it's predicated on your opponent allowing something to connect. And so it's a really cool, Iron Song Response-esque card that really forces your opponent to say, okay, I either take no damage this turn or I take a bunch of damage this turn.
I think it's going to matter.
Sam says,
Yeah.
ha-ha,
I
as
don't- I have a target for
the
heist.
Teklo core gets boosted away.
I don't have a heist, but I will soon.
So
So I'm saving my
I will
we're gonna. I think it's time. So
very soon. As
1, 2, 3, 6 says I need to bonobo some more bonobo
Are you
facts.
just Googling bonobo facts?
No, these are all off the top of my head. I am,
Oh,
like I
okay.
said, a bonobologist.
Okay, you're right. I believe you.
Did you know that male bonobos never leave their mothers?
17 damage.
Kind of like Italians.
block or 17 health. I'm going to die.
Okay.
Oh my
That is a bonobo fact.
So people for the people.
That is definitely a bonobo
You
fact.
should have turned to the second camera on that one.
Oh,
proceed to pistol.
do we have it?
Optical again.
I'll,
No, let's continue this
We'll
game
do it-
because
we'll
I'm,
do it
really, I'm
after.
really interested in how this mirror match plays out. We've got the block here on the 6. The optical monocle looking for something to play off the top. Now, we got the free resources from the Teklo core that we established last turn, and we're just going to have the pedestrians send a boost attack and then follow it up with the pistol for 2. And then we do have one more action point, so we're going to send that last counter off and pistol for 2. Yes, it's a gun. Everyone type it in chat. It's a gun. We know.
Then I'm gonna move to
that
Arsenal.
meme kind of just came out of nowhere.
It's a gun.
It's probably my last turn, but I'll take.
Spoiler alert, it's a gun.
Technical core pops. 2 resources.
I am an Italian and a bonobo.
Now what do I do?
Oh, that's great.
Oh, we love
Not a laser, everyone.
this
It's a
is-
gun.
It's Deb, right?
I
Deb's
want
to
a
blame
high
for this.
octane Like you.
Yeah, shout out to Bubble Waffle on Twitter.
Yeah. This is all Deb's work from yesterday, and unfortunately, I just kind of took this one for a ride, and now it's a thing. But hey, at the moment, it's a Sam Dandinobo versus Rachel Stoddard. Again, 2 great players here from MinMax in Chicago. Rachel Dash herself was able to had the privilege of actually revealing Dash, rightfully so. And the new Dash input-output is quite a fascinating new evolution to this particular hero. Again, everybody's saying, when are we getting new mechanologists? And when are we getting new mechanologist? Bright Lights has really shed a lot of new sort of tools for the heroes and new heroes themselves to play with, as we see it right here.
Yeah, I apologize for keep calling it a pistol. I've just I'm working on my spoiler card for the next Rising Tides pirate set, and so I keep just it's like a Freudian slip, if you will. Off the top, sees an item, and he sees the backup protocol red up there. I don't think he's played an item this turn, so he could technically go get backup protocol red. This is a really cool card because you pay 1 to get this off the top of the deck, but then you can pay 2, and you just go get the best red card from your graveyard, put it into your hand, and then send that. So it really lets you sculpt your hand in some surprising and powerful ways that I'm a really big fan of. I was like really down on the idea of backup protocol until I tried it a few times, and I immediately just windmill slammed like 2 reds in the deck because it just felt so stinking good to play. And then I saw a couple people trying the blue, and I realized how crazy good the blue is as well. So backup protocol coming down here is going to crank it, does the hand motion as is required for playing Dash.io.
It's in the rules. We spoke to Josh Scott.
Yes, indeed. We're going to Foundry Heart here, paying the resource, and we're going to banish 2 cards. Looks like both of them are Mechanologist cards, so that means we go up to 2. And then we could pay that 2, if we wanted to go and get a red card from our graveyard. And really cool, you can close the combat chain and you can go get the card that you just closed off. And so you can actually do like a 0 to 60, which he can go grab. I think that's probably what he's going to go do, because you can then do it and then boost again.
Everybody talking about the fact that when Rising Tides comes out in December with the new pirate hero, and everybody thinking it's going to be a shark-related hero, it is not. It is not going to be a shark-themed hero.
Root Shark Hero pirate set confirmation. I don't know anything about what y'all are talking about.
Soup up.
Never going to be a thing.
Soup, one of my favorite foods, by the way.
You're a chili fan.
I do, but chili's just like a next evolution of soup.
So you mean cereal?
Cereal is, yes, you're right. It's all within the same. It's like, much like humans, ashwings, and bonobos, chili, soup, and cereal, they're all within the same sort of DNA structure.
Cereal, what a hot dog is to sandwiches, right? And so you're kind
We're
of
not starting that debate. That is not happening. Yeah.
Same thing. No Shark Hero. Yeah, sad face. I understand. So there's the play of the Soup Up, and then we're going to follow this up with the Spark of Genius. We have boosted this turn. Notice that Soup Up is a nice addition if you can guarantee the pop of one of your items. And technically, we could have done that off of just using the ability on Optical Monocle 4 times. So Soup Up has some utility in this matchup, and in a pinch can become a 4-block.
All right, Teklo Core.
Can't crank the Teklo Core, but he's going to just show the motion anyway, just for solidarity purposes.
Sometimes it's just good to have practice, right? You know?
Yeah, practice
doing a
the
shoot
move.
around before a game. You just got to make sure that you're always in the zone.
Get in front of a mirror, crank it a couple times. Wait, that came off wrong.
I just need a yellow or a blue.
Okay. He's going to go ahead
For it,
and...
does he get it? Yellow or a blue?
He seems happy. Yeah.
Fist pump.
Okay.
Let's see.
He's proud of himself.
What is he going to do with this wonderful yellow zipper hit? What's the play? Is
Good
that
question here.
5 attack? No, it's a 6 power throttle. Boosting.
Boosting Boot T-Bone. Also having a quick look at the top of the deck. Again, that might be a habit that Dash.io players are going to have to break if they ever have to play another hero.
Yeah, I talked to Levi about it yesterday. He said, or about it this morning, actually, because he played Dash.io yesterday, and he said he's been practicing with the paper version of the deck for about a week. As best he could, and just trying the hero out. And he even played it in the Win a Case tournament that happened here the night before. And then he picked up, for a couple of pickup games, he picked up Azalea again. And about 4 or 5 times, he went to the top of the deck and almost picked it up and realized that, oh yeah, I would be disqualified if I did this. That's not how this works.
We can't do that.
I'm looking for something.
That is not a legal move here. That is kind of muscle memory that you're going to have to sort of break, especially if you become a Dash.io main and suddenly you're just in a WTR draft or something like that, and you're like, what's up here?
Top of the okay, I lose the game. All right,
I lose the game.
All right, drip drop Sam Dan Denobo finishes his insanely convoluted turn after manipulating the top of his deck, manipulating the hand off of the really cool play on the backup protocol, and finally Rachel says, okay, thank God I finally get to play my turn. You lose this turn. That's what she's going to try to say.
Well, I'm not dead yet.
All right, so there's another zipper hit red, this time 5, boosting a 0 to 60. I'm wondering what language those are, because that might be the German zipper hit, if I'm not mistaken.
It does look like that, actually.
Could possibly be German. I know that Rachel, I think, does play
Turn to shoot.
some of the alternate language
I keep forgetting this card
history
exists.
pack cards, which are super cool. They're not white border, so whatever.
Not yet.
That's the benefit, though, of being just like a mainstay on a hero, is you get to kind of bling it out in the way that you want to, which I think is really cool. I know the man to my left, Mr. Ethan Van Sant, has done that with Levia, and I think it's really cool to be able to just take a hero and just make it like with all of the different options and like card finishes to make it the way you want it, you know?
I'm still waiting for a complete white border set of Levi cards so I can color the edges yellow and then just play Pokemon.
Oh, that's cute. You can still just color the edges yellow. You can get one of those paint pens. Those
That's
probably
right.
work okay.
Oh, that would add too much texture, I think. Those paint pens are pretty thick.
You're probably right.
I'll put a
actually, yeah.
tree energy on this and then use Die to Blood Debt.
Tree energy. Ah, look at this. We're using just a fantastic draw too. What's the name of that card?
Okay.
Tome
Resources.
Find
There you go,
All.
you did it. I'm proud of you.
You're
Nailed it.
welcome.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
Gonna pop the Achilles Accelerator so that we can gain the action point back off of Toma Fiendal.
I know.
5 cards. There's no
Attaboy,
way
Phil.
I'll survive
Phil
this.
Sams knows where it's at.
Okay.
Drawing more cards and completing the side quest and earning the achievement unlocked over on Rachel's side is drawing
Probably do
into a 5-card hand off of a 5-card hand.
so far.
Yeah, well, she went into the Dando
Remember
to the Dando gym, and she's getting her Teklo badge.
an optical.
That's what she's doing. She's got 5 cards in hand over here. She's got options, definitely. The question is how are you going to finish this off? Sam Dando at 8 health left, Rachel at 15. We're going with the dive through Data. Data, of course, resurrected for the 3rd time in the latest season of Picard.
Really?
Yes,
That's interesting.
Lieutenant Commander Data.
Okay. You can opt.
This case here, it's a 4 boost. When this hits, you can opt 1. And again, breakpoints are great. Sam looks like he's just happy to take some of the damage over here.
So I built this deck a bunch of different ways, and just about every way I built this deck, I included dive through data because it is just one of those key cards. It just feels really good as a 1-for-4 that gives you a beneficial effect for exactly this. Oh, and there's the play. Exactly this deck, but Heist for 7, and this is honestly why you run the Goliath Gauntlet, because Heist for 7 is great. And in a mirror match where you can get an item from your own banished zone or your opponent's banished zone, that's pretty good.
Yeah, from any banished zone is important, and that's a key element to this whole aspect. Heist is a very cool card. A little expensive, a 2 for 5, but again, the fact that it's 5 makes it a little bit more cumbersome to block. But when you add the Goliath Gauntlet to it, that's what you're doing it for. Let's go double Heist on this
Sam
one.
was so proud of himself because he was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to galvanize. I'm going to destroy my optical monocle, and then I'm going to stop your 7. Screw
so
you.
good.
And then she said, second Heist.
Yes,
And
second Heist.
then Sam said,
Another Pokemon.
Yeah. Rachel coming in with Ocean's 12 right after Ocean's 11 in this case.
And then you Red Protocol, just get something back. And I'm just a dead man.
Well, he's thinking about it.
I could totally break this hand after this.
Rachel offering, see, this is the whole thing where Sam started the thing with, hey, good luck, which again was a bluff.
well, turns out it's working out pretty well, actually, for her.
You can block it.
Yeah, but like I really don't want to though.
You could draw this game out until I just lose to like nothing. To a handful of whiff.
Welcome to Dash.io. You can lose to a handful of whiff.
Oh, he had his own heist. So he had Ocean's 13.
Yes, he was playing for it, but as we know, the OG is just the best. It does not get better with age.
All right, that's gonna have to be my turn.
Okay.
It's gonna have to be her turn. She feels
Sorry.
very, very depressed about the fact that she ripped his entire hand and put him to 4. But you know what? Them's the breaks in Dash.io, and Teklo Core is going to trigger, give 2 resources.
Have a dice.
He can swing the Symbiosis shot if he chooses to. Don't forget, it costs you nothing except an action point
Because I don't
to,
want. Oh wait, I can't.
to
I haven't boosted.
he has not boosted yet. That is
I got it.
illegal,
I'm
an
ahead.
illegal play.
So I don't know if you noticed here. So what's awesome here is the fact that we had Ethan kind of telling him you can't do it, and then we're communicating through him with the technology.
Play better.
There we go.
You got this. Play better.
I'm trying.
Hey, welcome to the PTI. It's Sunday. We're having a great time. Hopefully you're enjoying it in the stream.
I have no counter.
Yeah.
Drawing up. Chose to send the Symbiosis shot.
I need that card.
That card?
Oh, there it is. Another high octane.
Oh,
Exactly
did you
what
hear she
happened.
said? She
Oh
said,
boy.
Oh, That card? You mean the one that I have? The one that I am now playing and drawing a card off of?
His tech is going to be real good.
Sam on dash being beaten up by dash.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for a high octane hand.
You know, I think we posed this wrong. I think Rachel actually is the boss of this gym. I think when Sam sat down, he saw the boss health bar appear and the opera music in the background start, and that's when he realized he done goofed.
Yeah,
This was
well,
the wrong choice.
Sam should have quick saved before he started this game. Unfortunately, not the case, but
Needs to go ahead and pull a full system reset on this one and run it back at this point.
Rachel, one of the nicest people in the community, but what's incredible is that she can dish whenever she wants to. She's not bad at the BM at some of the smack talking herself, but she...
Sam pointing out BIOS update, he was like, hey, I told you to add that card. You're about to destroy me, but I told you to add that card. That's a good card right there. Overloop, hey, I told you to add that card.
No item here, I'm screwed. I'm screwed.
Well, dying by his own machination.
I'm about to die.
This was the this was the reason he actually wanted you to play BIOS update, which I agreed with him. I actually play 3 BIOS updates as well. He was like, you know, we include the BIOS updates so we go tall enough that Overloop can cycle, and we also just push damage. And I was like, I agree. And well, it may pay off nicely for Rachel Stoddard here.
First from lack of items because we're missing 5 off the original build.
So ideally, if only I could block. No, because your pistol is just going to mess me up, so I should just try to block as much as I can.
It's a gun.
This
In
does
retrospect, I
nothing.
should have like pitched that, but
Yeah. Both of these don't really do anything for me.
Sam evaluating his cards like he's swiping through Tinder.
I really want this card, but it's
This
not
doesn't
gonna
do anything for me. I don't really want this one.
My damage is capped. I can't get any higher on my damage.
I use my optical too much.
Come on, play with that line, play. Come on. let's
No,
go.
man, I
Come on.
can't. I've burnt the bridges with the bonobo line. I can't go through with this one.
Yeah, I'll block 6.
Yep.
And I'll take 2.
Yep. You're gonna get a crack back here because I'm gonna have to move to Arsenal.
No, my
Oh,
You get
okay.
a crack back here, and he's like, no, I don't,
no
I don't
problem.
think you understand that I am losing this game greatly.
Hey, well, for the record here, Rachel's actually just trying to be very encouraging. Sam opened up the whole thing with
I got 2 free resources.
so much of that patented trash talk. Sam Dando dancing around
You
like an
can
absolute
update
muppet,
that.
and here he is getting shown the door by
Go
Rachel.
again.
Okay, well,
MVP.
this is the quote-unquote crackback.
He says MVP because the Teklo core that's going to do very little for him destroyed. So
My
Soup
Briar
Up now has
Brand
go again.
before. Free go again.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna bust a tome off the top without my boots.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's find out here.
I
Well,
boosted
you know the
that?
beauty of worrying about that is you can look at the top of your deck. So you can know if you need to boost or not. So she can look right now to see whether or not the top of her deck is a tome. And at the very least, she knows she can boost once.
Take 4.
Ah, the beauty of Dash.io. Gonna send a 0 to 60.
My last heist. or
As you can
second
see,
heist.
the Teklo core didn't really pay into anything, so a little bit of wasted value there. But you know what? It did destroy itself and therefore give you the Soup Up go again.
On the,
Funnily enough, it wouldn't have mattered because you could have started with 0 to 60 anyway and then gone Soup Up. So the hand played itself regardless. But in this configuration, you can shoot the pistol for 2. It's a gun.
Sorry.
No, you're good. How dare you think
How
in this
dare
deck?
I think? I'm just thinking if there's any way I can kill you next turn.
If there's any
I'm
way, she
assuming that there is.
casual 5-card hand when your opponent's at 2 and you
I'm
push
not
break
threatening
points.
lethal at all,
That's
so
the
you can't
question.
take it all. But
I
then-
mean, yeah, well, this is the situation is that Sam opened the turn presenting 4. He needed like 3 more of those to actually convert into anything important here at the rate that it's going. Rachel here at 9 can take this,
Yeah.
still be in
You're chill.
sitting pretty. But again, there's a PTI in the line over here. You don't want to sort of leave anything up to chance. If one of those cards is just going to be completely useless at the end of your turn, that could be block value, that could be life gain, as it were. So Rachel
Pretty decent.
still wanting to play this. It is a fast and loose game. These are friends, and we're having fun over here. But at the same time, you do want to move to 2-0, and you don't want to just leave anything up to chance or just let something pass by because of the casualness. But again, that's part of. Sam is a very disarming person here. He sits at the table and he kind of has this kind of conversation that sometimes lets you off your guard. In this case, Rachel also at 1-0.
Oh, and this is a great play. It allows you to put a counter on the Symbiosis shot, which is a huge deal right now in the end game because that represents lethal if you can pull cards out of your opponent's hand and then take away their equipment block. So that is a big, big play. And she recognizes that I don't necessarily have the capability of destroying an item and therefore giving soup up go again. So it would have to be a chain ender, and I want to end with the pistol. So we have 2 cards in hand that are 0 cost boost cards. We have a 0 to 60, which pushes a breakpoint. We also have a, I believe it was a T-bone, which is a red T-bone that pushes for 3. That would steal the equipment block if, if Sam decides poorly maybe to throw out the Foundry Heart. And then depending on what's in the arsenal, we could boost 3 times and then end with a shot for almost a guaranteed lethal on her turn. So maybe we have a card that we want to block with. She's going to throw down the blue throttle, so maybe that speaks to the arsenal card not being playable or being its own 0 cost boost card, of which there are many in the deck. I mean, we're playing all the 0 to 60s and red and blue versions of T-Bone as well, I believe. That's what most kind of people have settled on.
Yeah.
Oh, Rachel's going to have a turn coming through. She's blocking a little bit over here, but again, she will be able to perhaps peel away as many cards as possible out of Sam's hand here with those breakpoints, throwing the 4s and 5s and such to get extra cards out of Sam's hand. Sam still has the Goliath Gauntlet, but you said that's something you want to use with Heist, and we saw Sam earlier block with Heist.
So let's see how this turn begins. You're going to start by triggering Teklo Core, taking it down to 1 and gaining 2 resources for free. So you didn't really need the blue there, which is a great little effect. Oh, we're just going to go Magnetic Shockwave here. Just straight up.
Knowing what's on the top of my deck, I don't think makes any difference here in terms of what I want to do.
Now this does not have boost and go again.
Yeah.
So maybe Rachel was correct. I mean, Rachel didn't have necessarily the best turn to come back with.
She has 2 0 cost boost cards in hand, both red.
You could end up where we just end up at 0-0 screwing around.
3 block.
Yeah.
Take 1.
All right. That goes away. I'm going to Arsenal and draw up.
Okay.
Perhaps she just wants to set up for a larger 5-card hand turn. A suspicious turn of events as she could have sent some damage over.
Best time for me to draw this, but let's see what happens.
Did she find the tome on the top, perhaps? Let's see.
Yeah, that was it. It was a tome on top. There was no
okay.
boostable ability there. So, yeah, it kind of gets messed around about.
Yep.
The amount of actual non-mechanologist cards that are in that deck are so few that tome just kind of bubbling up to the top at the wrong time. But again, imagine if you didn't have the Dash IO ability and this was a high leverage game and you just go for that play thinking that you're essentially bulletproof and you find the tome and that just completely
There's no way I
100% gives you.
Yeah, sure. That's actually why I haven't really messed around with too many tomes in the deck, simply because it can miss. But you have so many ways to play around the loss of the action point, because you can play items off the top to build action points, that it's super worth it. But this is the crazy kind of combo turn you want to set up, because now, because you've boosted, you have 3 action points. Every time you boost, you gain 2 extra action points. Now, the one downside is that we don't have a ton of counters on Symbiosis Shot. So if maybe we can squeeze in 1 more item play off the top, we might be able to make some max value plays here. But this is the kind of turn you would love to set up in the middle game when you have maybe 3-4 counters already in the start of the turn, and you definitely don't want to have items in your hand in this exact moment as Rachel. And we do see that there is 1 item in hand, the yellow boom grenade.
It's Goliath Gauntlet. I wish I had used it.
I'm going to take 3.
All right, so Rachel's going to go down to 5 here. Sam hanging on by a thread.
Breaking the chain and paying the resource to use Teklo Foundry Heart to gain 2 resources here, unless we hit a tome.
Oh, I needed that.
And he was looking for boom
you wanted
grenades.
the boom grenade.
Yeah, that is one of the keys right here to end the game on the spot, is just finding boom grenade off the top. But he's going to send out a dive through data, it looks like.
Drive through data, boost.
What you got?
It's
now
the
I'm up to
shockwave.
5
action points, 2 pistol shots. So the rest of this is basically just representing 8 damage over the rest of this turn, unless there's a boom grenade right there. If that's a boom grenade, then we could threaten sneaky lethal, and Sam could defeat the boss.
How bad we've played it.
Let's see.
Both players know each other so well. Again, both playing out of min-max games. Sam working there.
If she blocks 3 here, she would take 1. But if boom grenade's on the top, depending on if it's the red boom grenade, she dies. If it's a yellow boom grenade, she goes down to 1.
In reactions? No, I'm just kidding.
We're going to find
backup protocol.
That's the red iPad.
Not going to
Well, you
use
can't
it.
pay for it, and that's the struggle here. You have to activate. You have to pay 2 to activate it, but it does give you a crank and an action point and an item, and so you're at 1,000 action points, but 3 pistol shots, and that might push you over the top
Now I will
because you can go 2, 4, 6,
times
and if
for
she
three.
has multiple items in hand, you win on the
Three
spot.
times.
But I think she has
3 times for
exactly
2.
1.
So
Block the first one, block the second one, keep the boom grenade.
Okay.
first 2.
Yep.
All right, we're going to toss out that tome. Blocking the first thing, and that's coming in 3 times,
There we
right?
go. It is. This is the second one. That's going to take 1 damage here, go down to 3. And on the third one, is she going to give up the third card? I believe she does have 1 more blocking card in hand.
What a sick.
No, she goes to 1. Okay.
You're gonna have the
That leaves her with a 0-cost boost in the arsenal,
Stupid
a
Goliath.
boom grenade that she can play and crank for an extra action point and get another pistol shot.
Sam blaming it on the
It's not an
Goliath
extra action
gauntlet.
point. It is just a 1 action point, but it's 2 resources here as well for the Tekla core. On the top.
All right.
If that's an item on top, that's huge right now. If it's not, then she's just playing out the T-bone plus the 0 to 60 from the arsenal. She could play the boom grenade as well, which wouldn't be terrible.
Now she's sending away as a zipper hit yellow. Boosting the T-bone, throwing the Tekla Foundry Heart in front of it, which still has 1 block in front of it.
I
So
should just do this.
Yeah.
you got to do
Goliath
something.
gauntlet some use
I think that is
Yeah.
exactly. It would have been strictly the wrong play to put the Foundry Heart under the T-bone because you die on the spot. And unless you have a 2-block, this is exactly the right play. You just give him something that doesn't matter, and you give him a 3-block from hand, so that you have the breakpoint available to you on the possibility of a 1-cost boost. And in this case, a 0 to 60.
Here's 0 to 60, and this is going to be 4 with a boosted go again.
Yeah. Okay. So from this point forward, he's dead
Oh,
on the
Dash
spot.
IO. What a deck. What a
Dash. Dash found the dash hand, and it's like having a rune blade hand, but instead it's just I'm dead hand.
Yeah, this is what happens when you're
There's a way
playing,
I
let's
can
say,
do
Briar,
this
and you have
now.
3 nimbleisms and a Channel Mount Heroic in your hand. Unfortunately, that's not what you want to be
No, I
doing.
still think you actually win
This-
this. This
Dude,
is so
I,
funny.
lost all my
This happened to me in pre-release. Unfortunately, I drew into a hand just very similar to this one that you see on Sam's side while winning the game.
Okay.
My opponent played a value play of just like some decent damage, but I unfortunately
I'm gonna
found
pitch.
poor blocking cards. Now, this is a great play around. He's going to pitch floating 1 to go and get a red card, but he's going to go get a 3-block and try to survive. But unfortunately, I don't think he will come across as, the surviving player because he can block here for 4, but then a pistol blows him out of the water.
Give me a resource and get this out of my hand because I don't think I want it in hand.
Oh, we're going to find out.
I'm just gonna.
I mean, there's 2 items in hand, right? For,
Boom
for Sam.
grenade,
For sure.
2,
And I'm just going
cranking, 1 action point, but shoot, and then he's going to reveal the dash hand. But what a finish that is.
Crank
Dash
it.
IO. What a
Yeah,
game.
I should have used this.
That was
This is
so
my
fun
fault.
to watch.
So